Hello guys, my name is JTM14, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege, Megatron. Megatron's painting and sculpting is awesome. You get Megatron's classic colors. You get the red, the gray, the black, the silver for his face. It's really appealing. Though I can do without the battle damage marks. Kinda makes him look like a cow. And for the classic Siege gimmick, you get these little nubbins all over his body, which you can stick the blast effect part onto too. You can also stick it onto any 5mm port on this body, like you can see here.
And that also means you can turn him into a living tank. Now let's get that blast effect part out of here and talk about his accessories. You do get his classic G1 fusion cannon, which came separate out of the box, and it's also very nicely sculpted. You have this gigantic sword, which has these tabs on here, which you can stick another slash effect part onto.
For Megatron's posability, a ball joint at the head. It can look up and down, and can also look left and right, but sadly no quizzical tilt of any kind. His arm can move in and out, and also can rotate 360. He does have a 90-degree elbow and a bicep swivel, but again, sadly, no wrist articulation of any kind. He does have a very tight waist swivel, though the back kibble kind of limits that thanks to the tabs on the sides of the waist for the transformation. Now, he does have a kick at the leg, can kick in and out, and does have a thigh swivel. He has a bend at the knee and a nice pivot at the ankle that seems a bit too loose for my tastes.
Now let's get on to the size comparisons. Here we have Power of the Prime Cindersaur, Titans Return Trigger Happy, Siege Red Alert, Siege Starscream, and finally Siege Optimus Prime. They look utterly awesome together, and Starscream and Megatron don't look bad together either. Now let's get on to transforming this fantastic great tyrant.
So to transform Megatron into tank mode, sorry if my mic is very low quality, I'm not recording this separately. What we first want to do is that we want to remove his sword and twist his fusion cannon 180. Now, take his fist and fold him in like that. Then take this whole entire back kibble, and this will untab from the back and swing up. Next, you want to untab this from the treads and spread the treads out like that. Now, here's the scary part. You see that tab? That tab is going to go into this hole in the tread, but it's kind of hard to finagle it without it feeling like it's going to break. Flip these forward. This is very loose, so is this one. And now you want to fold both of these up. And then the top of the fusion cannon right here is a 5mm peg. And this is a 5mm port on the arm, and that will just simply peg together. Now, take this whole front section and collapse it into the rest of the body until it snaps into place. Now, rotate his waist around and then spread his legs. I know, it's kind of weird. Flip out these little panels on both of the legs, and now fold up the heels and point the toes downward. You want to be careful when you're transforming these feet, because they can pop off. It has happened to me before. Now, there's a joint right here in the knee. You want to bend that joint and then swivel this knee, swivel the thigh. Sorry, I'm going brain dead. And you also want to bend this knee joint at the same time. And that will collapse like that. Now, fold this panel back up. And this panel is going to tab into the waist, like that. And of course, you do the same things on the other side. Do that, bang, and pow. And now, finally, for the last part of the transformation, we want to take this sword, split open the blade in half, and rotate the barrel section 180, and collapse the sword back up. Now, when you're getting the sword in, you want to make sure that these little things are folded up, so that way the blade can fit under the fusion cannon, and it pegs in very solidly. Here you have the tank mode.
Needless to say that the painting and sculpting on this mode is also awesome. I don't know why, but I think the tank mode is more satisfying to look at than the robot mode, mainly because of the barrel of the tank. Paint details that weren't visible in the robot mode are now visible in tank mode, and the barrel with the little red stripe is just the best. In the tank mode, you do have posability. The tank turret can move left and right, and can move down, but not up, sadly.
Cindersaur, Trigger Happy, Starscream, and Optimus Prime. Now, what do I think of Siege Megatron as a whole? Well, he's not that bad. Definitely has some flaws, but not that bad. If you definitely want a classic representation of Megatron, I say pick this guy up. Anyways, I'm finally done with this video. Good night.